Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media, and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
And a long time plan. From the bright lights flashing down in Old Sin City to a 2-drink minimum in the town so great. Plus non-stop on the interstate. Truck stop coffee keeping us awake. Midwest roads, yeah, we know them well. From Des Moines to Chi, got stories to tell. Late nights, bright lights, open mic fights. Killing on stage, then it's back to the flight. From the cornfields to the Vegas Strip. Ain't no stage where we don't fit. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside. Where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the neon glow to the small town dive. Comedy's the road that keeps us alive.
Hola. Is Willie frozen already?
There you are.
Are we going out of the gate with frozen Willie? There he is.
I'm all right. See, I'm moving.
Yeah, like the Matrix.
Grooving. What up?
It's Billy and Willie's
What's
Workshop, brought to you by Revelton
Stuff.
and Green Beret Realty. That's what I think of when I think of the Green Berets. A smushed face. What kind of dog is?
That's a Pekingese. This is Coco, also known as Kokody. Also, if you look at her and you're high, you would think she's Betty Davis. Same face.
She's got Betty Davis eyes.
Yeah.
Who
Okay,
was that? Who sang that?
That was Kim. Kim, what the hell was her last name?
Carnes.
Kim Carnes. Yeah.
Did she have anything else? She one-hit wonder, Kim Carnes?
I think so. I think she
That's
did
a
some
good
ice.
voice. That was a good voice.
Oh, yeah. Kim Carnes was a badass.
It's kind of a sexy.
That was kind of like me. That was kind of like me at the club. So that's probably you in junior high or something.
She's got Betty Davis eyes. Like,
Not kind of like that. Yours always sounds like a serial killer trying to talk through a filter or something.
there was always. I got a thing for chicks that can sing, man.
Yeah, well, no, I got a thing. I think everybody is somebody that actually has talent. You can be.
I guess talent in general, yeah.
Yeah, you could be as far as looks. You can be a C-, but if you have talent, it takes you up a degree. Don't you think?
I think yes, but it's not the talent itself; it's the confidence, because it can be anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's whatever that talent is. If you're in front of people, because a lot of people have talent that nobody's ever going to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doesn't manifest itself in front of anyone. So there has to be a confidence that you carry yourself with. And usually if you have a talent, when you're executing that talent in front of people, that's when you are confident, right?
I mean, yeah.
And so like that's.
But I mean, like Celine Dion was never a pretty woman, but when she sings, it's like okay, she's bangable. You know,
it's weird though because
guys too, ugly guys. Think about all
the
the
voices. I think the voices have to be. I think the voice has to be part of it too, though. Like Celine Dion doesn't have a sexy voice.
Yeah,
like she can sing, yeah, but like
no, just a powerful.
Her voice doesn't make me want to fuck her. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
Like,
what about when Kenny G blows on the horn? Does that do anything for you?
That makes me want to have him suck my dick.
Because he can blow the horn.
Because he can blow the horn. I want him to blow my horn. No. Like, here's a weird example. Like, Janis Joplin.
Mm-hmm.
You put
Very homely looking woman.
Yes, put Janis Joplin and Celine Dion next to each other, singing. I'm fucking Janis Joplin.
What about Amy Winehouse? Do you like Amy Winehouse?
Oh, I would have fucking I would have never come back from the dead if I ever fucking ran into her.
That's right.
I'd be dead with her. We would have died together.
Amy Winehouse is the perfect example of you could do. I mean, if Amy Winehouse, if you're at McDonald's and you got fries from Amy Winehouse, you wouldn't think a thing about it. But you see Amy Winehouse start to sing, and it's like, oh, this is a whole different ballgame here.
But it's the voice.
It's the voice and the confidence and the way they present themselves on stage. Now, it used to be, are there comics like that too? Are there comics that got laid more than they should for the mere fact that they were just funny? Like Dave Attell is you are. You know what? we don't need to go any farther than this podcast. Because you're right, exactly. I saw some of the stuff you dragged back that I'm just thinking. I don't know how you pulled that off.
He said dragged back.
Yeah. There you go. You're the classic example of, you know what? You got a couple good jokes, a couple good things in your skit, and you can get stuff done.
And but that's my point when I'm talking about confidence, right?
Yeah.
That's the only time that I am oozing confidence is when I'm on stage telling jokes that I know are going to work.
Well, I even know, like with your ex-wife, I mean, that's when she seemed to be so into you. Was like when we were at the Funny Bone and you were in front of a packed house, the bar afterwards, and she was just, I mean, the attention to you then was like any other time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With you at other times, the attention was never, sitting in your lip.
Like it wasn't as positive. The energy wasn't as positive.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But
yeah,
I think that, and it's because I'm also not like, I'm not a conventionally good looking person. Like
you're not. Get out of here. I'd have never said that about you.
So like, I'm just not. I'm like, my looks are enough to where I seem achievable to chicks that.
You seem achievable to everybody.
Yeah,
there's farm animals that are looking at you going, I think I could get that.
Yeah.
Now, does that transfer through all occupations? I mean, it's not just stand-up comics and like singers and stuff. I mean, is there like a
well,
guy
that's what I'm saying.
Working.
The confidence has to be on display somehow.
Yeah.
So
you're saying if you're claims adjuster at Allstate, is there a guy that's sitting in a cubicle right now that looks like nothing, but it's like,
here's
God
the thing.
Damn,
does he have to give a presentation at work in front of all the chicks?
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Or she catches him on the phone.
One or two of those chicks probably. All of a sudden, he's kind of good looking to them.
Yeah.
Because he was very fluid in the way he executed his Microsoft Excel
PowerPoint.
sheet, PowerPoint thing.
Yeah. How about if you're the sanitation disposable guy? You're out there. Is there a time you can pick up a can and throw it a certain way with some confidence without like looking, just kind of? That a chick goes, oh,
have you ever been like mowing the lawn?
Mm-hmm. No.
And thought to yourself, like, somebody's looking out the windows, like, wow, that guy can really handle that lawnmower.
All I know, I had a guy that lived next door to me that used to mow the lawn. Nice kid, had woman's tits. And it just, the confidence he had mowing the lawn with the woman's tits was amazing.
Yeah,
it would be like I don't know if I could.
Sick bastard! Look at this, chicks with dicks.
This guy would mow the lawn and his tits would. And he just young guy too, like probably 27, 28 years old, but he just had whatever
had
it was.
Weird genes.
Yeah, but you know what? He had no problem with it. None.
Like
I admired him for it.
Like I kind of got man boobs, but I don't have like woman shaped. Like, you know what I mean?
You don't have a perfectly round areola.
So he's got like
I mean, just they were nice.
like what's it called? Fight Club.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob
Yeah,
has bitch tits.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, they weren't
He's
even
Meatloaf.
pointy. They were round. They were like actually nice.
Like voluptuous.
Yes. And he would
Did
just
you
move
want-
along, and they would bounce around. I thought you could, and it wasn't like it was 110. It'd be like it's like 81 degrees. You could put a tank top on. You'd been fine. Of course, on a tank top, that's just teasing you at that point. Now you're actually
maybe you should have
looking.
wore.
What is underneath
Maybe you should have
that?
wore a bikini top.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you ever just be tempted to go up behind him and just fucking?
Many times I peered out.
Never did it.
Like Gladys Kravis, just kind of looking at him like this, thinking, "Oh."
But you never did.
No, and he moved, and I never saw him again.
You never got to touch them titties.
Never got to see bitch tits again.
That's unfortunate. I would have found a way to feel those.
Are you what do you call it? Are you a body positive? Are you a guy that my entire life I've always been in decent shape, and as I've gotten older, like now I've got a belly, and I can't get rid of. I could get rid of it if I quit drinking and eating, but I got this belly now, and I used to be the guy that would the swim trunks in the pool, laying on the raft, no problem. But now I find myself being a little more subdued because I'm not happy with the way I'm looking. How about you?
I've never been in any kind of shape. So
you know what's funny? I mean, I love certain people. There's guys out there. I love those guys that are just fatter than shit. Don't care. Yeah. Got the trunks on. See crack of his ass. He's out there talking, having fun, laying on the pontoon. Doesn't care. I like that guy. I wish I could be that guy.
Well, he's usually drunk though, right?
Yeah, he's drunk.
That's why he doesn't give a fuck, because he's drunk.
As a guy, I do not endorse that.
I'm a guy that could never stand to wear a t-shirt when I'm swimming.
Yeah,
like that,
no, I'm not.
I'm not. I hate that feeling of wet clothes.
Yeah, the guy.
So like,
but then you're okay then.
Yeah, like if I go swimming, I'm not gonna have a shirt on. But
yeah,
I don't. That's not my idea of a good time though either.
Yeah, you're not swimming.
Like when everybody's like, "Hey, let's go to the beach," I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm not beach guy at all. You know, it's funny when our family goes to Hawaii. I always like if there's a hotel, I'm the guy by the pool hotel. And everybody else is down in the water. And first of all, I don't like the sand. I don't like the fact you can't see the bottom of the water. I don't care for that anyway. But I mean, I think part of it is the fact that I can kind of manage everything around me. You know what I mean? I just don't. But
no sharks in the pool.
No, nothing. No I could take a shark bite. I think the algae around my ankle makes me fucking more insane when you get that or the gooey thing with the bottom of the pool. Your toes go in the gooey sand.
But you're talking like a lake.
Yeah,
like when you're at the ocean, like at an ocean beach, there's not a bunch of algae and shit, is there?
There's stuff. There's still stuff. Yeah. There's always stuff. Although a pool can be bad too. I mean, have you ever been in the pool and the Band-Aid comes up next to you? Just that lone Band-Aid.
Ruth.
Oh,
the lone Band-Aid.
I don't want to be this guy, but at the Strat, they've got two pools. They got one that you have to pay to get in. It's a really small pool, but it's got the bar and it's got the TVs. It's a party pool, right? And I went up there about a couple years ago, and it was some kind of rap night, rap day. So they're banging all these rap songs, all these black people. It was a lot of fun, but I can remember being in the pool. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden there was like an oil
slick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was from a Jerry curl, but the oil, and then there was the hair in the oil coming at me with an oily hair kind of thing. Oily hair, there was oil,
like Creep
hair
Show
in the oil. Yeah.
Did you ever see Creep Show?
But it sounds
when
like
there's like there's like. Creep Show is like a series of it was a scary movie.
Yeah.
It was like comic book. Mm-hmm. And so like they had different stories. The movie was like 3 or 4 different scary stories, right?
Yeah.
And one of them was like this group that swam out on the raft at the lake, and there was some fucking oil slick thing in the water, and it ended up killing all of them.
There you go. That's what was happening to me. It was some Jerry curl spritz along with.
Oh, is this it? This is it.
Let me see what happens.
I love that Chris pulled this up without me having to tell him to, because I totally wanted to tell him to.
Okay, there he is. Well, you're not swimming into the oily stuff, are you?
No, they're trying to get away from it.
Oh, okay.
Get to the raft, hurry.
Watch out. Don't tip the raft. Don't tip the raft. Come on, Rachel.
Come on, Rachel.
This guy got his swimming trunks from the Hulk Hogan closet.
Oh, you got the one bro that she's the one that trips and falls all the time, right? Okay.
Randy, that hurt. What is it with you?
Laverne, swim faster.
There it is. We don't know what it is.
I remember this because, this chick, Laverne.
She's in trouble. Laverne's in trouble.
No, so in this, at one point, there's only one of the dudes and Laverne left
Help me get her up.
on the raft. And she's
Does it
like,
just eat you? Does it just like it eats you?
It like pulls their face off and shit.
I think I saw a Band-Aid. in there. No.
I'm glad. I'm glad that.
Yeah, I can't. We're probably gonna get kicked off Facebook for that or YouTube at some point. So
yeah, if
Chris,
kind of copyright.
Chris, let me. Okay, I'm gonna ask
that oil slick thing. Fucking
yeah. That
perfect summer day. Perfect summer day.
Yep.
All right. Or it doesn't even have to be summer, just a perfect day. It's 80, 88, 89, no humidity. Or you want to be on a beach in Hawaii or Florida, whatever you prefer, or just in a really, really nice pool with a bar. And
100%. It's a pool with a bar.
That's 100%. me. I mean, see, my
wife
wife
sit on the sand. I don't.
My wife 100% just beach chair right where the water comes up and it just kind of smacks you a little bit. You know,
nope. I just want to be half naked in a pool.
Yeah.
The water up about here so it can hide my man boobs.
Well, you know what?
In the concrete and I'm good.
Not in this week. Next week. Next weekend, we're going to Vegas to go see Caitlin Clark play. And so we're going to be at the Resorts World pool. It's going to be like 106, 107. And they got those pools. They got a bunch of different pools in the resort, but they got the ones that are in like 2 feet of water. And then you can put the raft, the chairs. So you're just laying in the chair, but you're always kind of like covered with water. That's heaven for me.
I leave for Vegas tomorrow for work.
Do you really?
Yep.
Where are you going?
We're staying at the Westin because it's right next to the convention center.
Can I tell you something about the Westin?
Yep.
Give you a little information, and I want you to know. It used to be called the Maxim Hotel. It was the first place I started doing stand-up in Vegas. This is 35 years ago. It was called the Maxim. Now, when you go on the Westin, you're going to find like where it's at. It's located right on I think it's Flamingo. I can't remember the street that's. It's right across the street now from the Horseshoe Casino, which used to be MGM, and it used to be Bally's. Okay. Well, one night, and I think I've told you the story. Got done with my show at the Maxim. I'm playing craps next to the door. I hear some commotion outside. I walk out the door and look to my left, which you can do in the West, and look to your left on the intersection down there. That's where Tupac got shot.
Yeah. You did tell this story because Chris was there too.
Yeah,
right there.
I was in the MGM Grand.
Yeah,
the Tyson Holyfield 2 fight.
Yeah.
We went.
So
we've been through this.
Door, yeah. Okay.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
The Westin's a nice hotel.
Did that used to be the Las Vegas Hilton?
Across the street where it's Horseshoe now. It was MGM. It was Bally's. No, it wasn't. I don't think it was ever the Hilton. I think the Hilton now used to. You mean where Elvis used to play?
Yes.
No, that is now called the Westgate.
Okay.
And that's yeah.
Okay. So now I got to look. Maybe that's where I'm staying.
No. Okay.
So in 1987, my old man and his friend, who grew up on the East Side, owned his own.
Your father
business.
gay? Was your father Leighton?
No.
Okay, just checking. All right. Okay.
No, they grew up together, and they all went to Vegas, and they had the Las Vegas Hilton for $250,000 on the craps table at one point.
Really?
And
that's
my
a
dad
great
spent
story.
37 days straight in the Las Vegas Hilton $1 Million Suite because they made it extremely hard for them to leave. Yeah.
Is your pop still around?
No, he passed away 11 years ago.
Oh,
So
I would have enjoyed talking to him. That's a
yeah,
great story.
that was his favorite story, boy. He
Yeah.
loved to tell that story.
Oh,
They ended up
man.
leaving with like 90 grand of their money.
Well, wow.
So
very cool.
but he's
Yeah,
told
the
me
Hilton
several
is
times-
now Westgate. Yeah.
He's told me several times he's seen the highs of that city and he's seen the lows of that city because
Yeah.
one time they were out there and they were so broke they had one tank of gas
Ah.
and they coasted down the mountains to be able to get back home. So
that town I've been there. I've done both. Where you're looking for a coupon to get a free meal, and the other times you're doing stupid shit, just spending way too much money just because you got it.
yeah, so I'm excited to go for work, but I think I'll have to go look now to see where I'm staying. But I believe I'm staying in the same hotel that Dad was in.
Okay,
so
that was the Westgate.
maybe
But
it was the Westgate. But
if you're staying at the Westin, right up the street, there's a little Italian restaurant called Bestista's. It's got really good food.
that's the place where it's like all you can drink wine, right?
I think so. I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but
I was there 3 years ago when I
Yeah,
was there for
yeah.
the Iowa State game. Yeah,
yeah.
so
Cool.
I've been there. All
Are
right.
you going to gamble?
Yes, I am.
What are you going to play?
You know, I used to love to play roulette.
Yeah. Okay.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I don't like it now because it's all digital, and I feel
Yeah.
like I'm getting fucked over.
They still got machines. I mean, they still got the tables you can go to.
I'll probably play blackjack. I've always wanted to learn how to play craps. That's what my dad won.
I could teach you that.
Um,
Here's how easy it is to play craps. Because a lot of times you go, the guys there, the dealers, the stick man.
Bill is completely checked out of this conference.
This motherfucker, if it ain't about him, he don't even want nothing to do with it, does it?
I know, right?
You know.
All I'm saying is you can go to a craps table and just tell the guy, I don't really know what's going on. Can you help me? And they'll help you play through.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm staying at the Westgate. That's where I'm staying.
Oh, you're at the Westgate. Okay, yeah,
Yep,
that's the old Hilton. That's
Yeah,
where your
so-
pop won and lost all his
You
money.
can't.
So
You can't go play craps in Vegas until you've played craps in a shoebox.
Oh, you mean the old fashioned? Just
I've
throw
never
little
played
piece of
craps.
cardboard.
That was my dad's game. He lived and died.
You know,
by
and the thing
craps.
is, people
and I never got to watch him play, and I
people
never got
get
to learn.
intimidated, but it's a very easy game. Basically, all it is you throw your dice, and if you throw a 2, 3, or what do you call it, 2, 3, or 12, you lose. If you throw a 7 or 11 on the first roll, you win. If you throw any other number, that's your number, and all you're trying to do is hit that number before you hit 7. Simple as that. And then there's all these other side bets you can make, but that's
Right,
it.
pass
You
the-
roll, get a number, try to hit the number again, or try to hit. You can place money on other numbers on the table, but
Yeah.
basically you just don't want to hit 7.
Why do
after
you lose if it's 3?
that. That's the start. I mean, that's what's called the come out roll. And if
I mean,
if you
2
do
makes sense because it's snake
Yeah.
eyes, but
2, 3, I think it's 2, 3, and 2, 3,
7 and 11.
Yeah, 7, 11. If you roll on the come out, you win.
Right.
Yeah, but then if you don't roll any of those numbers, then that's your number. Then you try to hit that number, and you can bet other numbers. Let's say you throw a 5, you can bet on the 6. You can bet.
Yeah,
on
you can
the-
throw
bet
chips
the-
on whatever numbers are out
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's an easy game. I mean, it's not that. And then you can play the hard ways, which are like the 8, 6, 10, 4. You know, which is whatever they are, matching numbers. That's the hard ways.
Doubles.
Yeah,
I'll probably just go play blackjack.
there you go. Always split aces and 8s. Remember that.
White 8.
Always.
Yes.
Okay.
White 8.
Yes.
That's what the way I learned it. Always aces and 8s. If you get 2 8s, you split them. Because you can
Okay,
get you can
so-
get two, yeah.
Describe to me, you're sitting at the blackjack table.
Yeah.
It's a full table.
Yeah.
Describe to me what the guy before you,
Mm-hmm.
the guy that's betting before you,
Okay, you're at the table.
Tell
The
me-
guys at first base. They call it first base and third base, and you're
Uh-huh.
in between. You can be at second. You can be.
You're
at
the
short.
shortstop.
Yeah, right.
uh,
Okay.
so the first baseman, and
Yeah.
then what can that guy do to piss you off? Like he doesn't know he doesn't know
yeah.
what he's doing, you know.
Very basic blackjack is if the dealer is showing anything under a 6. If he's got a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you as a player, you get dealt 2 cards, you don't hit. You let him break. You know what I mean? Like let's say he's showing a 4. Well, and you get dealt a 14.
Because he has to hit till 17.
Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
you always assume that the dealer has a 10 underneath, either a 10 or a face card.
Right.
You always assume that because, and it's funny when you play enough, a lot of times that's all they do have underneath. So if they always put his first cards down, his second cards up. So let's say he's dealing the cards and you got a 14. Well, then he's dealing his cards and you see he's got a 3 up. You're gonna stand on the 14 because you're gonna assume that he's got a 13 and you're gonna hope that he busts. Now, on the other hand, if you get dealt anything above a 17, you stay. That's it. If you get, let's say the dealer gets hit. Let's say the dealer's got a 7 or an 8 showing.
And but I mean, if you get 17, 18 and you hit, you're an idiot anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, but people that's how fights start at these things. And I played at tables before where a guy will get a 20, he'll get dealt 2 kings, and he'll split them. He'll split a winner. He'll split a 20 to try to do, and that's where, because now all of a sudden in your mind you're starting to count the cards, and you're like, well, that card he just took could have been my card. You know what I mean? And then now it's like, you motherfucker, you screwed me out of a good hand. But that's how you can piss people off.
Yeah, but at the same time,
you're freezing. Yeah.
At the same time, if you're sitting there with a pair of 5s, basically, like you're not splitting them, you just have 2 5s, right?
Yeah.
And this guy hits on his fucking kings, and he gets a 10, right?
Yeah.
But then you get an ace.
Yeah, well, no, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you luck
if
out,
he
you
didn't
get
hit,
some good.
You'd have got the 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
but exactly. But for the most part, it's just like, all I know is when playing all these years is just you play just basic common knowledge blackjack that you learn, and as long as you do that, no one gets mad at you, because no matter what you do, if you're at a table and there's 6 people around it, and you do something that's a little off, you're gonna hear it. And the thing about it is, once again, in blackjack also too, when you're sitting there, if you're not quite sure, if you're playing and you're not quite sure, ask the fucking dealer. The dealer will tell you, well, normally you do this, normally you do that.
I was sitting the first time I was ever of age to go to gamble was when I was in Vegas for the Tyson Holyfield fight.
Yeah.
We were in the Golden Nugget. And I did exactly that thing. I was in the front row. I was in the first seat.
Yeah.
And took a card I shouldn't have took.
Oh.
And it was a 10. And I think the dealer had a 5 or something up.
Yeah,
and the guy next to me just about lost his fucking shit. Like he took his cards up and walked away from the table. And I was like, and my dad had taught me how to play cards, but I was it was the first time I was in Vegas. I didn't, I didn't play the rule I knew I should have played.
Yeah.
And I knew I pissed that guy off right off the bat.
It happens all the time.
And he came back over after a couple minutes and he was like, just listen to me and we'll make some money. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I was so fucking embarrassed.
Just listen to me and we'll make some money.
I gotta tell you one of the funniest. I gotta tell you one of the funniest stories ever. And
because you're gonna take the. Are you counting cards, fuckhead? Are you gonna take the casino? You're gonna be the first fucking guy in the history of fucking Vegas to make money playing blackjack for your whole life.
I got to tell you a funny story because it's a friend of mine that passed in the last year, and he told me the story. It's funny. His name is Kevin Housby. Kevin was playing, told me one time he was in Vegas, and he was playing craps, and he was at the end of the table with this other guy that he didn't know, and he said the guy was so drunk that he shit his pants. and Kevin said it was horrible.
And this was craps?
Yeah. He played craps.
He crapped his pants.
And I told Kevin, why didn't you either tell the guy to leave or why didn't you leave? And he said, because the guy was on a roll.
Yeah. He was on fire.
So I said, so you'd sit there and smell that. And he said, yeah, I won $5,000. Yeah. But there you go.
Hey, farmers smell shit all day and say it smells like money.
There you go. There you go, Billy. There you go. Last time I talked to you about Vegas, you were playing a club out there downtown and you didn't like it. Do you remember where you were at?
I did not like it.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas doesn't move the needle for me. I don't gamble.
Yeah. But there's other stuff. I mean, it's a stimulating town.
Well, but if you're working there, you're working while there's stuff going on.
See, now Vegas they're like where I work at the Strat across the street. They got a dispensary. That'd make you happy.
Well, last time I was in Vegas, that was the first place I went.
There you go. See,
but no, like, you know, like if you want to go see a show, you're doing a show during the shows. So,
That's
well.
There's a lot of clubs.
I want to go to a show at the Sphere, but now it's some country fucking douche for 2 weeks or something, and
they're gonna get the Eagles back or whatever. I think
a buddy of mine went to one of the Dead shows there and showed me videos, and it was fucking
insane. I heard it's amazing. Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully, like, I can go when there's a band that I like playing.
See, they used to let me bring my openers and my MCs, and
I know.
I would love, I'll talk to the guy next time I'm in because I'd love to bring. I'd like for us to do a show out there, to do a podcast.
We should be doing more shows together.
Yes.
Period.
Yes, we should all be out there. Absolutely.
Exactly. I think so. That'd be fun. That would be big fun.
We should do a Vegas trip and be broadcasting our show from there.
Yes,
for sure.
I think so. That'd be a lot of fun. Let's work on that.
When are you there next?
I'm there in August. I'm there August 11th through the 18th.
Aren't you? Is it what?
Well, I'm going in 2 weeks just to go. We're going to go to the Fever.
But aren't you going? Aren't you at the Strat about once a quarter, or is it twice a year? About
twice a year. I always go at the end of the summer, and I always go first week of March Madness.
That's right.
That'd be a good time to do the show.
That would be a great time to do the show
because we could be out there. We could have some fun. We could bet on games. That'd be big fun.
How do they do their openers there?
They everything's local now. I mean, because there's so many comics that live out there, it's ridiculous.
Right. I know it's very competitive.
They do the openers are always a local, and they switch the opener is always different. For the 7 nights, they use a different opener every night, and then the middle act, a lot of times they're from there, but sometimes they'll bring them in from someplace else. I got to get you hooked up with Matt and let him see. So maybe you could come out and work with me out then. That would be fun. Big fun.
If they keep but it's the same middle the whole week, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could see we can get that done.
If they're bringing middles in from elsewhere, there's no reason they wouldn't.
I know. I mean,
go in there and put your fucking foot down. You tell them.
Oh yeah,
mother,fucker.
Take your whole entourage. I need my whole entourage.
How much fun would that be, Chris? If we were all out there, huh? Watch you get in a fist fight at a craps table because you did the wrong thing. It'd be fun.
There'd be no doubt that I would do the wrong thing for fucking sure.
There'd be no doubt that I would do the wrong thing. You can't do the wrong thing at the craps table. You'll be fine. Only person you can fuck the craps table is yourself.
That's
unless you're rolling.
Yeah,
exactly. I think I'd rather let's just play craps in the back room of some business that one of those mafia fronts that
up against the wall kind of thing. Yeah,
the Egyptian store on Merle Hay.
Exactly.
Dude, I used to play craps at work all the time. Yeah. Back in the day when I worked for PJ, we did so much.
Yeah, and that's simple craps. That back then you just play, roll your number, then you keep rolling until you hit a 7 or 9. Yeah, that's
it. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, exactly.
If you rolled 7 or 11, you won.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember how the money went though. Like, I think everybody threw out like $1,
mm-hmm.
and then if you rolled, you just took, if you rolled 7 or 11, you took the dollars, and then after that, I guess it was just, you rolled, you just,
And
it all just, everybody threw $1 in, and you just took the dollars. I think,
exactly.
Basically. Did you ever have a full-time job in your life?
Me?
Yeah.
When I was 20, my cousin got me selling, and these were months jobs. I once sold insurance for a minute. I'm talking 21 years old. I sold copier systems. You know the way you see it like fucking
copy machines at work.
Yeah, the copiers. And I did that for a minute, and then I worked for my uncle who had a beer distributorship. But I haven't had a full-time job since I was 27, 28. So it's been 40 years I haven't had a real job.
Okay, so did you ever though like work 40 hours a week?
No,
Like,
no. I know mine have always been sell jobs, so I never had a job that I had to go. Well, when I worked for my uncle at the beer distributorship, I had to go there, and I didn't sell the beer, but that was pretty much closer to me. But no, I don't understand what it's like to actually go to a place to have to stay there for so many hours. I don't understand what that even
dreadful?
fucking means. Yeah, I have no idea what that even means.
Sounds horrible.
I know. Billy,
No,
as you
that's
know,
why-
the worst day in comedy is better than the best day at a regular
always
job
I
ever.
say it
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
It just reminds me, like, everybody has stories, I think, of the shit they did at their jobs.
Yeah.
When there wasn't anything to do, or when you were fucking off, trying to fuck off. And like when I worked for PJ,
yeah. Oh God,
we fucked off all the time.
People don't, you know what? People don't even understand, like with the buff. I mean, PJ, you know, when people talk about in life a character, an actual true character, like when you see a movie and you see a guy that's out of his mind, you go, oh, no one's really like that. PJ was that. He was bigger than life. I mean,
absolutely.
And funny. Of course, we know the joke. One of the very first times he ever saw me perform.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, cuz, what did you think? And he said, you're about as funny as a fucking rodeo clown.
So, the thing about PJ was he was straight.
Yeah.
Like, he was funny as shit and racist and cussed like a motherfucker. Like,
as racist as they came. As racist as they came.
But
we grew up with it, so it's you didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He was you hate to say this, but like, for some reason in my life, people that are super racist make me laugh.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Because you know what? Because you know where it's coming from.
There's just like this dumbness to it.
It's coming from an ignorance. It's coming from
it's
an
cartoonish to me.
Yeah. They didn't mean like PJ. If you would have sat him down for a couple of hours and explained shit to him, he might have seen the right of his wrongs. But he just made you laugh, man. He was just and the racism was always it had boundaries to it. I mean, like he didn't like that black guy or that black guy, but the guy that was the wide receiver for the fucking Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he can come. He can sleep with my sister. I mean, it's just.
I remember him bitching about Notre Dame not being any good there for a while, and these fucking black guys don't want to come and play for Notre Dame anymore. But one time, because I used to sneak off and get stoned all the time.
Yeah.
So like we had all these little spots in the because the warehouse like used to be a Linux factory or something.
Yeah.
So there were all these like rooms that didn't get used for anything anymore, because it was just big open storage tires. So like these huge tractor tires, they're in stacks. So I would fucking climb up on a stack of tires and go down inside of the tires and fucking smoke weed.
That was like, that's got to be a double hit because the rubber's just keeping all that smoke.
And then there was like, I remember one time PJ caught me because he was so straight when it came to that shit.
Yeah.
Like I remember him saying he had never done a drug in his life of any kind.
Nope.
And I don't even know that he ever really drank.
Buff wasn't a big drinker.
A sip here and there, but yeah. But he gambled like a motherfucker.
No.
But so there was this like bathroom that didn't get used anymore. And there were some tires kind of around the entrance to the bathroom, and me and this buddy of mine are in there getting stoned. And so like one of us would go in the bathroom because there were no lights in this it's just pitch black in there. If you shut the door, you couldn't see shit. So you'd have to kind of leave the door cracked. And so one of us would be like on the lookout while the other one's getting stoned, and then we'd switch. And fucking, I remember one time I'm in there, like, and so the opening of the door is like just behind my head. Like I'm leaning my head over.
Yeah.
And the opening of the door is where my body is. And I'm sitting there like smoking where you can't see what I'm doing. and I just hear my buddy go, "Oh, he's in there fucking around." And so PJ was looking for me. And so I'm like, "Oh," and so then I lean up and my hands just happen to be out of sight.
Yeah.
Like, and then I look and there's PJ looking right at me.
Buff.
And I have to fucking, I just took a hit.
Yeah.
So I just look over at him and go, "What?" And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I lean over, fucking blow it all out. Fucking hurry up, get out of the back. I had to hurry up and like get out and go talk to him so he wouldn't walk over by the bathroom and smell it.
The Buff, he was a big fella. I can remember.
But anybody that, the thing is, had he ever been around or anything, the fact that he was so naive, or not naive, but ignorant.
Well, the ignorance was crazy because his brother
didn't get caught.
His brother was a major drug user growing up.
Really?
I mean, major. I mean, he got rid of it, but I mean, but the Buff was just a funny guy. Like, you would talk about food, and no matter what you're talking about, say, "Hey, PJ, you want a donut?" His answer was, "Let me tell you what, I could eat about a fucking million of them." Whatever it was, he could eat about a fucking million of them. And you'd say, "Hey, you want a piece of pizza?" Guys, let me tell you what, I eat about a fucking million of those pieces of pizza. Everything was about a fucking million.
So mad. Yeah. He was so mad about it.
Yeah.
He was so self-hating about how I'm a fucking glutton.
Yeah, like he couldn't stop.
He'd go. The funny thing about him was we used to call him Mr. Spacely all the time.
Mr. Spacely. That's funny. Did he get the reference at all?
No, he didn't hear. We didn't call it to his face. It was like me and a buddy of mine would call him Mr. Spacely all the time. Spacely. Jetson.
That's fucking funny.
He
God.
Now I forgot. If he would get mad at you for leaving like a bag of chips laying out in the break room.
So he ate them, and then he'd be like, "You motherfucker.
It's your fault that he ate those fucking chips." And he'd come in. "I fucking told these guys I'm a fucking glutton. You can't leave this shit out here with me." And he'd sit there in a whole bag of chips and 2 handfuls fucking gone. I'd never seen, he would, you know how most people eat a bag of chips?
Yeah.
PJ fucking raped a bag of chips. He raped and pillaged a bag of chips. His brother
Joey, I remember we would go get pizza after we played ball or something, and Joey would just devour the pizza. I'd say, "What the fuck?" I said, he'd say, "You didn't grow up with PJ." He said, if food was put out there, there wasn't no taking time to see who's going to eat what. You got at it as fast as you could. People like that, there's not enough people like that anymore in the world.
Did you ever see PJ eat a bag of chips?
Oh, I've seen him eat everything.
Like, was it not crazier than anything you'd ever seen? Like, he would somehow, he would completely rip the bag apart. He wouldn't just.
He'd open them and they'd fly out, and he'd somehow catch them all.
He'd just catch them all. Nobody, he would open the bag. It was like he, what do you call it? It was like he was filleting the bag. he just fucking opened the bag so it made its own plate, and then it wasn't a bag of chips anymore. It was a pile of chips on top of shiny foil looking shit.
Damn, he was a funny motherfucker.
Oh God. And then he would have, that pile would be gone. He didn't have big hands.
No.
But somehow he could get a full bag of chips in one hand.
You know what's funny? He used to play ball. He used to play softball with my brother Frankie.
Yeah, he was a catcher.
Back then, Billy. And they had really pitchers back then, like Cy Forrester and these guys. I mean, they were throwing 80, 90 miles an hour. And he used to catch. And the catchers back then in their leagues wore a mask.
Yeah, that was it.
Sometimes not even a mask. So they're back there, and you played enough baseball. Tick ball could fucking you throw a ball to come up. No shin guards. Not just they were back there. These guys were animals.
No, I played third base, and I wouldn't play without a cup ever.
Yeah.
I don't know how there's guys playing infield without cups all the time. I don't know how.
You know what's weird is I'm watching these kids now. I mean, not so much the pitchers anymore because they've learned in like girls softball, but the third basemen are still. I've seen them out there. They're still not like wearing third and first baseman because you got these girls that are coming up on the girl.
For bunts like coming clear up.
Yeah, no shit. But
are any of them wearing face masks?
Not very well. A few, but not enough. They should all be wearing them. But what the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Billy?
Fucking pussy. You don't wear no fucking mask.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Little League and we would play another Little League.
Mm-hmm. Like in a tournament or something?
Yeah, and they would have fucking face masks on their helmets, on their batting helmets. Oh, we let them fucking have it, dude.
Because you were in that like dirty neck Little League. You were like poor
dirty neck Little League.
Guys didn't have no equipment or nothing. I can remember that. They're always really good players, but they
guys
just
didn't have no equipment or nothing. We're fucking guys wearing high tops.
That's right. I can remember being a little kid playing basketball, and you play like a really bad team from like the East Side, and these kids would come up. First of all, half the kids look like they're 23. You got that young black kid that's got like the El DeBarge mustache. You're supposed to be in 7th grade. It's like, what the fuck? None of their uniforms matched. You know what I mean? And they would just beat you by 40. Just fuck.
Maybe I forgot what I was fucking talking about with the uniforms.
Oh, I mean, okay, like when you played Little League, did you have good uniforms?
Oh, the face mask. Okay, so when I was in Little League,
were you what Little League? What's yours?
Highland Park.
Highland Park. Is it still around even? Highland Park Little League. It still is.
Saydell took it
cool.
over.
All right, that's
Saydell
cool.
took it over. The fields are still there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you'd play like all-stars or county tournaments or something, right? And you'd play these other teams. And the face masks that they had them on their batting helmets. Nobody wore anything in the field.
Just two little things that go around like that. Like this.
But no, they would be like plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would look like a football helmet. Just like a baseball helmet with a bill with a football face mask on.
Right, okay.
And we fucking relentlessly made fun of those motherfuckers.
Did you beat their ass too, or were they good enough to beat you?
No, most of them beat us. But it was still fucking, who cares? You're fucking gay. We were like, you're fucking gay ass face mask.
They're gay. They just beat you 9-1.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You might have fucking beat us, but you're gay.
But you're gay.
That was enough to know that we just got beat by a bunch of gay dudes.
Well, they 10-run you, but they're gay.
Yeah, but at least we're not gay.
We're not gay.
Might have 10-run us, but they're gonna take it in the ass when they get home.
Yeah, that's right. Bad news, we got 10-run. Good news, we're not gay.
We're not gay. I mean, didn't you have? Was there a thing when you were a kid, like the overly safety? Well,
I mean, first of all, when I played the league, I played the league in the '60s. So, now all I can remember, because I grew up on the South Side with a lot of Italian kids, and I don't know what you noticed, but a lot of Italian kids mature way too fucking fast.
Oh, I know.
We had kids in our little league that are still the same size. You know what I mean? They were 5'8" in Little League.
Right.
And
they didn't grow after that.
No. They were you see them now and they're like, oh God, he's not
I had a million of those guys.
Yeah.
I was a little kid, and all those guys that were like grown men, now they're 4 inches shorter than me.
Exactly. Yeah. We had those guys, they all had they had the mustaches and they drove themselves to the game. I'm like, we're 12 and under. How'd you get a car?
That was always that was a joke since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Oh, that kid drove the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Some team would have a fucking huge kid. I remember we had this big, huge fucking kid on one of our tournament teams. He was on the team. He made the team because he hit one home run.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever have those kids?
Well, you know what? It's like
because the kid that hit a home run was like, oh my god,
yeah.
Like,
well, I mean,
nobody
like,
hit a lot of them.
Yeah, you ever see those charts where they show you like, and they're pretty much to form like. The coach's kid is the shorts, or the best player is always the shortstop. Toughest kid's the catcher.
Best player
the shittiest
the coach's kid.
Yeah, the shittiest kid's right field.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean that held true for the most part.
But you would we had all-stars, right?
Yeah.
And people would vote.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids voted. There was a certain amount of kids that made the all-star team based on the kids' votes.
Oh, really? See, we didn't have that. We didn't let the kids vote.
Yeah, every kid, I think it was, we all voted for, I want to say 2 kids off of each team or something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And they tallied those, and I think those made the team, and then the coaches picked the rest or something.
Were you good in Little League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember a kid making all-stars because he hit one home run, basically. Kids were just dumb and would, he hit a home run, and they vote.
Yeah.
The kid, he literally struck out every time he was up to bat. Hit
he got that one fucking home run.
And so he's on the fucking all-star team. Like, we could have had 2 or 3 other guys that would have been better than him.
Mm-hmm. How'd your all-star team do? Because when I played,
we usually got beat in the first game.
Yeah, our all-star team, we did the year before I made it. Our all-star team made it all the way to out of state. I mean, they played.
Yeah.
And I played that my 12-year-old year. I was all excited, and we got beat the first fucking game, and it was like, that was it. You're done.
Yeah, it was single elimination.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we usually lost the first game.
Mm.
I remember when I was 10, we played in this tournament that was called the All Iowa Tournament, which was a tournament for non-all-stars.
Yeah.
And so, because all-stars was only 11 and 12.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And so you could have 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds. The 11 and 12-year-olds had to be guys that didn't make all-stars.
Oh, okay.
And so we had this team of 10, 11, and 12-year-olds that and we won the whole thing. We won the tournament.
Oh, really? Wait, how old were you at the time?
I was 10.
Oh, you were 10, yeah.
So I couldn't make all-stars because I was 10. There was
because I was waiting for you to say, well, I was 12. And I say, well, motherfucker, you didn't make the all-stars.
Yeah, you didn't make all-stars. You suck. I do remember, though. I remember it being political. One thing I hated about Little League, and it was different. When I started coaching my son, when he was in Little League, I refused to get involved beyond that. I would not. I refused to get on the board of directors. I wasn't going to do any of that shit because my parents did.
Oh, did they?
And when I was a kid, any fucking all-star team I made, anything my parents were on the board.
Oh, yeah.
Like couple of teams I was on won the championship, right? Well, we were a board team. We were on
yeah.
And all it was they would have a draft.
Mm-hmm.
One of my buddy's dads was the coach. He would fucking draft his son's friends.
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
And we were all the best baseball players.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
so happened to be the best player. Yeah.
So we fucking beat everybody.
I always stayed out of the politics of that because you know what, and that's everywhere in the country. You just can't get by all that. I mean, and the stereotypes are they're real. I mean, there's that guy that takes it way too fucking serious.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so that was that was one of those things, and they would there was I want to say one year I made all-stars as an alternate.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually make it.
Yeah.
And it was because you had to be unanimously voted by the coaches or whatever. And this one coach didn't like my dad, so he didn't vote for me.
Did the kids you played with?
I also threw it as kid a couple of times.
When did the kids that you played with, any of them go on to have better careers in baseball? I mean,
any of the kids I played Little League with?
Yeah.
Let me think. No, not really. I think I played one year at JUCO.
Yeah.
nobody that played on my little league teams played more baseball than I did. No.
There you go. Okay.
Later on. And yeah, no, like my age group in the league itself. I mean, there were guys that I played high school baseball with that played more college ball than I did.
The thing is, did little Billy ever play like I know he played baseball all through up until
he played up until his junior year.
Yeah, did he when Little League? I mean, was he at Highland Park too, or?
Yeah, I coached him.
Did they do travel ball? Did you go around?
We
with them
tried
anywhere?
once, but we couldn't compete. We couldn't get the kids. Like,
you know what? My daughter played travel ball, but I mean, this is 15 years ago or longer. And we traveled. I mean, we did Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City, but now travel ball's insane. I mean, these kids are playing in California. They're playing in
That's
Florida.
all it is.
It's nuts.
There's no little league really anymore.
Well, the thing is that the girl that just won the College World Series, Tegan Gavon, she's from Dowling. Yeah. And she never. That's when my daughter was coaching, and she never played for my daughter. So I mean, but because that's not anymore. If you're really, really good, you bypass high school. You just get right into club ball.
She didn't even play high school?
No, never played.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There were 3 girls that played D1 softball in college. One went to Michigan, one went to Kentucky, and all 3 of them never played for my daughter in high school. If she'd have had those 3 players, they would have been like Eddie Feiner, the king in his court. They could have won. That's all they would have needed. But
they would have smoked everybody.
But it's a whole different thing now,
That's
man.
Crazy.
It's just,
yeah. We put this tournament team together and just got waxed. I think we might end up winning a couple of games. We just couldn't compete.
I mean, come on, when you get out, like you get to the field and you see a team pull up and they got a fucking team bus. And the team's got, they got not only they have the uniforms, but they got the matching bags with, their name on Cameron's names on the side of his fucking.
I remember we took our all-star team. We played at Johnston, and they had to quit keeping score. Like it was like they were like in the 20s.
Yeah, that just sucks.
Yeah. Then there was a team that 10-runned us. They were up by 12 runs, and it was like the 4th inning.
You know what's funny? And I don't want to make this sound like it's a racial thing, but, that happens with kids in baseball and sometimes in football. But in basketball, you know what? You could be the poorest team. You could show up, and you could still –
because all you need is a ball.
Yeah, all you need – and you could show up with all your uniforms and your fucking 3 sweatbands. But you know what? You get in there with some 4 kids that don't even have tennis shoes, and they can still kick your ass.
Well,
baseball is a whole different thing.
Baseball is a sport that's almost impossible to practice by yourself. There's
exactly.
Like hitting anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
exactly. I mean, you could be. It's hard to be a great pitcher if you're not actually working with someone to show you exactly how to do it.
I got into an argument with this guy from fucking Ames because he's from Satan's assholeville.
Motherfucker, just. Get your shit out, and then we're going to break.
Get your shit out. He's telling me to move out because I called Ames Satan's asshole. Just move out of your own house. Get out of here. So it's this team from Ames, and they were up by 10 or 12 runs. They had a kid pitching that we couldn't touch with a fucking ironing board. And it's like, I don't know, the 5th inning, and they're stealing bases.
Oh, I see.
And so after the game, but here's the thing: I could tell this guy had no idea that was disrespect. He had no fucking clue.
So okay, that's okay. That's different if he's just a moron. But
right. So, but here's the thing. So I go up to him after the game, after we shake hands, and I go, "Hey, man, I know you probably didn't think anything of it, but stealing bases when you're up by 12 runs is not cool. Like it's not something you do." And then he got pissy and wanted to argue, and then I was like, "All right, motherfucker." And then I was like, So then I start saying I started saying all this shit was Bush League and all this stuff, and I'm like, this fucking guy doesn't know. Like I'm using all these baseball fucking terms, like this is some kid's fucking dad. Just like, okay, I'll coach him.
Okay.
We had that when we were on the South Side, and we played in an all-star game against Grandview Little League.
Or you, Chris? Were you on South Des Moines Little League?
I wasn't, but I coached. I assistant coached my boys.
Okay.
We made the all-star team, so we got to pick from all the other South Side teams.
Yeah.
And I think Josh was like an alternate or something. So I was coaching, but we went to Grandview, and let's be honest, Grandview they were good.
I was gonna say they probably beat the
and they were up probably 12-3 or something in the second inning. And one of their kids hit the ball down the line, and one of our first baseman was kind of standing in the line. And the kid ran down and ran around him, and he got out. And his first base coach started screaming at his player, "The next time that happens, you run that kid over. You run that kid over." And I just fucking snapped. I was like, "Did you just tell him to run? Like, they're fucking 7.
Yeah.
And you're up by 9. Like, what are we doing here?" And his response to me was, maybe that's why you guys are getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
And it was all I could do not to fucking beat that guy's ass in the middle of the field.
My daughter was
he would have fucking kicked the shit out of you. That's why you didn't do anything. You knew that fucking East Side fucking guy was gonna gouge your eyes out.
I was South Side, motherfucker. I didn't take nobody's shit.
That fucking East Sider was gonna snort some meth like Popeye, spinach, and just fucking just fucking eat your face off. Like,
all right, we got a lot of shit to get to. We got to get a break. We got a lot of stuff to get to.
Okay.
Let's get a word from our sponsors from AKC Andrew Downs Marketing Studios, Revelton Distilling Company, Green Beret, and Kyle Lehman. And we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa born, Iowa aged, Iowa bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, you need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546. In 2023, a crack Green Beret named Dan Douglas retired his military command and promptly escaped to a full-time career in real estate. Today, this man is wanted by home buyers and sellers who want to survive the process without spending a fortune. If you have a home to sell or want to buy one, maybe you can hire Dan Douglas at Green Beret Realty. You can find him at greenberetrealty.com. greenberetrealty.com.
All right, we are back.
Silver wings.
So shout out to Revelton Distilling Company, our longest sponsor. They now have announced that they can ship to 42 different states. So you can go right to their website at reveltondistilling.com. Go ahead and order, place it in the cart, and they'll start shipping out on the 23rd. So big announcement for Revelton. They can now ship outside of the state of Iowa. So that's super cool. We have you two went a little viral this week with some videos. So I thought we'd show it on the pod tonight. I stumbled across this little gem last night. Willie joining with his lovely wife, selling some houses, and Willie makes an appearance.
The neighborhood's great, but don't take it from me. You want to talk to the mayor of the neighborhood, Willie Farrell.
I'm Willie Farrell. I'm not actually the mayor of the neighborhood. I'm more the POTUS, president of the Upper South Side. Well, I know that technically we're Southwest Side, but post-SWAT sounds kind of stupid. Anyway, this is a fantastic neighborhood. You're 5 minutes from the airport. You're 5 minutes from Grays Lake. And the people here are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. They're friendly. Every day you see them out on bikes, people walking their dogs, pushing carriages. A lot of times they're got the dogs in the carriages. They really love their dogs. Anyway, come on, join me. Live in my neighborhood. It's not even my dog.
Not even my dog.
So of course that was Willie.
Yes.
And then apparently Bill, you showed up in a hype video. Is this right?
Oh, okay.
Well, let me see this.
So
I'm
let's
usually in at least one of them.
Let's take a look at this.
Oh yeah. I know exactly what I'm gonna see here without even seeing it. He'll be pounding the board.
There's Billy right there. Look at this.
There's my boy right there. That's watching Billy that's the happiest. You know what? You can think about when his son was born. No, not even close. There's his happiest. Cooper DeJean must have scored or something. Look how happy Billy is.
Right?
Yeah.
He didn't get called for a fair catch or anything.
Exactly like that.
I did decide to do a little edit to it because I thought we'd add a little bit to it. This is probably my favorite version.
Oh god! You have the sound on.
He's gonna be scoring. He's gonna be scoring for
Iowa State.
Where's it at?
Jedi guy.
I don't know. How...
Yeah. Fucking colossal.
I brought up the wrong video. That's the one I meant to bring up. I clicked on the wrong video. I was editing it at the beginning of the pod. That's why there's no music because I couldn't tape the music.
The new punter from Norway, Iowa.
That's right. That's right. Okay. We talked a little bit before the show of you showed a picture of Pixar Willie.
Yes.
So I did this is our quick AI edit of Pixar, Bill, and Willie. So we will let's bring up this one first. This one is Willie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's exactly the picture.
There I am. Drunk. I look drunk. I might be
exactly
drunk.
that.
Definitely looks like the guy from
Up. There you go. They got the fucking alcoholic nose. Look at that. Yeah. Jesus. My hair actually looks better than
you look like now. You look like you were a priest until you decided to get some pussy.
That's right. There you go.
Like there used to be a little white thing.
All I know is if I look that fat, let's see where Billy's goes. Let's see where this ends up.
Stay Puft Marshmallow. Jesus fucking Christ.
Why does Billy always gotta look like he looks like he's just on crack or something?
I know why the last several.
Why your eyeballs always look like they're gonna come out of your head?
It's like I fucking took. I feel like when I look at this, it's like I took acid and I'm walking through a hall of mirrors or something.
You're Bill Giamatti, is who you are.
It is every time. It looks like I got the fucking handlebar beard too.
I wonder what I should do is throw up Paul Giamatti's photo and maybe we'll get a photo of Bill.
Matter of fact, you know what you ought to do? You ought to do a what do you call it? One of the Pixar Paul Giamatti. It's the same fucking picture.
Right?
It can't be any different.
It can't be. You're exactly right. It can't be.
I hate that guy.
Who?
Paul Giamatti?
No,
how do you hate Paul Giamatti?
Paul Giamatti. I hate the guy that you just put up on the screen.
Oh. Do you know, Billy, you know who Paul Giamatti's dad was?
I feel like I should know.
Bart Giamatti.
Who the fuck's that?
He was the commissioner of baseball.
Oh, no way! Is that the same?
Really?
That was his father. The
He's
guy
not
the guy that kicked Pete Rose that told me you're going to be in the Hall of Fame.
He's not as
Bart,
cool.
Bart Giamatti.
I thought that was Faye Vincent.
No, it was Bart
No,
Giamatti.
Faye Vincent upheld it.
Yeah.
Giamatti was gonna only suspend him for a year, and then he died.
Yeah.
And then Faye Vincent was like, "Fuck you, Pete."
Yep.
Yeah, I think Pete would have been all right if he wasn't such a dick.
Correct.
I just see him every time I go into Vegas. I would see him. He would be in this fucking card shop, but just selling his autograph. It was kind of sad.
Yeah, except
Willie, what are you watching? What game are you watching?
I'm playing solitaire.
Are you really playing solitaire? I thought I saw it in your fucking glasses.
I'm playing spider solitaire.
Not only can we not get him to the fucking house anymore, he's not even fucking paying attention to the show now.
Jesus.
He's just fucking mailing it in.
He is.
Man, that didn't take
He's
long.
like that old retired
I'm mailing
every guy.
That didn't fucking take long at all.
God.
Drop.
Okay, I'll pay attention.
Jesus.
He just drops one of the classics and then walks off stage.
Yeah. Yeah, he just comes out and tells like 6 Rodney Dangerfield jokes.
Right? So
all right, see you later.
I will tell you, hey.
I have this really bad habit
Thrilled
of,
that he's there.
I have this really bad habit of searching through Facebook Marketplace. And Bill, we just missed out on this gym.
Oh,
it's so
Billy,
I saw it. I couldn't click
how
on it fast
fuckable
enough.
is that?
Dude,
I could not click on it fast
My
enough. I was
God.
going to buy it.
Oh my
Dude.
God, Billy! Right now, he's got a half a chub right now.
I got a fucking rod the size of.
I know my way around a vagina.
Which one? That's the Warrior. Huh? Ultimate Warrior, Billy.
Yeah, that's the one that I fucked all the time. That's the one right there. Yeah, I got one of those.
Did you put the hole in it, or does it have a hole in it already?
I got one of those nostalgic boners right now. I'm getting a retroactive boner. Makes me want to
retroactive.
Makes me want to dry hump a pillow.
Oh God!
It's just
okay. That's enough.
There it goes.
Something about
you
that.
need a moment.
He gets a
do
little
we need
deep.
to take another break?
Something about the way his hair goes onto his shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
so sad I missed out.
You know, the best part is he looks like he's trying to be a ventriloquist right now.
Yeah.
Stick it in me.
He's looking at his
Let
face.
me tell you something, Hulk Hogan. When I see you in the ring next week at SummerSlam,
now sing some Nickelback, Billy, with your mouth shut.
And all my warriors are gonna be in attendance.
God,
what
did your
super
parents
sad
do
I
to
missed
you?
out on that. Super sad I missed out on that.
That
Okay.
reminds me. No, that reminds me of something. God damn it. Whatever. Keep going. It might pop in my head. There was something I was gonna ask you just then. So, God damn it. Go ahead, Chris.
All right. So this, I meant to talk about this last week and totally forgot. Several months ago on the Old Man Strength podcast, we had a young lady in Des Moines who is doing what they call Date Me Des Moines.
Mm-hmm.
And
heard of that.
you know, as we talked about building.
Oh yeah, you
Tinder
wanted to
profile,
make me a fucking Tinder profile.
I really think, Willie, that we should
Mm-hmm.
sign Bill up
Yeah.
to go to these Date Me Des Moines.
You know what? That ain't a bad idea.
Speed dating.
It'll
Speed
keep him
dating.
from
But it's
molesting
show-
pillows.
It's show
Yeah,
stuff.
it's got to be better than what he's doing.
Yeah, it's
Let's see.
totally show material.
No, here's
Ditch
Chris.
the
What
dating
we need
apps
to do.
and join Date Me Des Moines. That's a
Can
Bill,
we
I'm telling you.
Can we see a couple of what the women look like to see if
Yes.
Billy? I mean, if
Yes.
okay.
So let's look at what's the Rolodex here. Let's you can join the Rolodex. This is the lady that runs it. She usually has some pretty good videos of people at these things and
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. What's this?
Modern dating in Des Moines.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, okay. Well, all right.
She owns it.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
See, you're better looking than that
I'm
guy.
all over it.
Okay.
Look at this.
It's going to get better. Wow, this looks like a prison thing where the guy's just talking to his wife across the table. That's her.
That's the lady that runs it. Super nice lady.
Yeah, I'm sure she's a. Yeah.
But I just saying.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea.
A single attractive person in that video. I didn't see a single fucking attractive woman.
Says Beelzebub Giamatti.
Chris, what do you think? What do you think the first thing I'm gonna say is when I walk into that room?
Something
really inappropriate.
I feel like you have
wait. I know
feel
what
like you have a sound bite.
This is what you'll say.
I know my way around a vagina.
No, the other one.
Was she a great big fat person?
You know what? We got it. Here's the thing. We got to set Bill up on one of them, and we got to film.
Yes,
we got to do it.
He's got to go to one of these things. It's Bill. They're desperate for men. They have way too many. They have a wait list of women because there's not enough men that go to.
Shut the fuck up! Really?
There you go, Billy.
God. That was the whole premise of the show that we had her on, was to help her get more men to go to these events.
Come on, Billy. Do it for the show. Do it for the show, Bill.
Do it for you might meet the love of your life.
Everybody would have to sign a release.
Well, I mean, you could just come on and tell us about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't be. No, I want to be mic'd if I'm doing that shit.
I mean, you'd have to check. I don't know. We'll give you.
No, they'd have to. They'd have to be okay with the signing of.
You know, I could talk to my wife and see if I could go on it too. I think she'd give me an okay.
Me and Willie have to be a package deal.
That's right.
You have to date us both.
We're conjoined. So let's have somehow let's wear a shirt that looks
get like a
conjoined.
big shirt. Just get a big ass shirt.
We're conjoined. Could you imagine if they saw us conjoined and people would say
your old shirts before you lost
Yes,
weight?
I do. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, yeah.
I guarantee
you guys could fit into those.
Both of us in one of Chris's old shirts.
Can you imagine the girl looking going, well, he looks like he was born 20 years before you. I said, no, I got progeria.
Why is your what? How come one of your legs is huge?
That's not a leg.
I'll be the guy with progeria, the guy that ages too fast.
Dude, I think that how would we walk? We'd have to figure out. We'd have to figure out.
We'd be like the three-legged. We'd be like the three-legged sack race. We put the two legs together.
We'd have to jump both of our feet are in each pant leg.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're one of your rights and one of your lefts have to go at the same time.
Every step is a jump.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's see how desperate these women are that they would marry a conjoined. If they would date a conjoined twins that looks like one was born 20 years earlier than the other one.
You know what would be really funny though at one of these things? Because I already know what like the demographic of the women is.
No, you don't.
Okay, let's
give
that.
Yeah,
I want to hear this. Don't stop him, Chris. Let's hear it, Billy.
Let's
hear exactly what you got to say.
It's all women who probably have decent jobs, spend, a normal amount to more than normal amount at work, right? Mm-hmm. Probably a lot of single moms that don't have time, right, to just like really play the field, and so they're all going to have these expectations of what a man who's going to get a next date is going to be, right? They're going to expect certain things out of this guy.
Yeah.
And this guy who's on these things is probably going to hide a lot of shit, right? So I would be the worst because I'd be like, okay, I'm a pothead. I would just give them the whole rundown of
also you're a conjoined twin, which they don't know about.
Okay, so here's a video she did where she interviewed a couple of the girls.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, I felt like I got a treadmill. It's like a walking pad, so I can walk. I thought you were talking about purchases. I got like a wearable lamp with a remote control just like 2 days ago. I mean, that's an adult purchase. At the romantic store on the south side. Hey, shout out romantic.
So see, she shops at the Romantics on the south side.
All right, Southeast 14th and Army Post.
Well, I mean, I'm a little concerned.
Oh, these are the
exactly
girls.
where it's at.
Girls?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
see if we can find.
Wow, they all look
this
identical.
was an emoji. Nice plastic plates.
Yeah. Billy, imagine me and you sitting together on one of them benches, actually with the conjoined outfit on.
Just wearing a backless shirt.
Dude, this looks fucking dreadful. This looks like the worst.
I'm amazed it got that many people, though. I really
That
am.
looks horrible to me.
Why does it look horrible to you?
Look at the fuck. First of all, look at the table. I realize it's a speed date, right? You sit there, you talk for 2 minutes, you go to the next person or some bullshit like that, right? That's the deal, right?
Billy, what you could do is on speed date,
Well,
just every
hold
one
on
of
a
you
second,
stop and go, will you blow me? Will you blow me? Will
They're
you
all
blow
fucking
you?
sitting at one big table right next to each other. Like, how do you fucking talk to somebody one-on-one when there's 10 other people at the same table all having the conversation?
I'm just saying.
That's
I'm
what you
just
gotta
trying to
have,
help
hey.
you out. I'm just trying to help you out. I feel bad that you're.
I know, but also
by yourself.
people go to those things to like seriously date people.
Yes.
Yeah, I would only go to just try to get laid.
Well,
I
you
would
know
just
what?
try to get some
There's someone
pussy
that
real
might
quick.
appreciate that.
I'm saying like that's not what you find there.
So you're
You know what
not
I'm
looking
saying?
to date.
I still think we do the conjoined twin.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
I can join.
If we just showed up there, I mean,
Or
they
one
might
on
just,
top, like you be on the bottom and Willie's on top. Willie can talk and smooth them.
Yeah, you know
Then
what?
it's,
Yeah, I
it's
got
your penis that gets the action later.
that's what does it, Billy.
That's fine.
be like a 2025 version of Cyrano de Bergerac.
There you go.
Willie
I
can
just
talk
think
for
it's
you.
fine.
Do all
and
the
you
smooth
just get all the
talking.
pussy you need.
If you
That's
would have
right.
told me 20 plus years ago when I first met Willie that someday we'd be walking around with him on my shoulders in a trench coat,
That would have been heaven for you.
I would have called you a liar. I'll tell
You
you
would have
that.
signed up though for it in a minute. So I'll tell you that. Yes, you would.
It'd be like Roxanne.
Yes.
Right. That's Cyrano de Bergerac. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Cyrano de
Oh, is that,
Bergerac.
oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas.
What? It's fucking Steve Martin. Daryl Hannah.
You think that was an original idea?
I know I don't, but I'm saying that's the reference that I have for it.
Okay.
I didn't know the guy's name. I know
Yeah.
that I know the fucking original thing. I didn't know the guy's name.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
But
Here's the Reddit.
All right.
do you think that guy like stuck his nose in her vagina?
Yeah.
Do you think they nose fucked?
100%.
100%.
Without a
I mean,
doubt,
why
right?
wouldn't you?
That's the premise of the whole thing.
Your
Fuck,
tongue
I've
gets
stuck-
tired. Your tongue gets tired. You just use that nose, and you just lay there.
Who knows where the nose goes when the doors close? You know what I'm saying, Billy?
I've stuck my nose in there. I know if I had that guy's nose, I definitely would.
How would
All
you
right.
talk with your
I'm going to
nose
give you
now?
guys your choice.
Yeah.
Here's your
Hey,
choice.
babe, you want me to do the woodpecker again?
You want me to do the Pinocchio? Give me some of the Pinocchio.
Oh, keep lying. Oh, you keep lying, motherfucker. Tell me some more lies.
Show.
Oh, yeah.
can't-
Okay. This smells
There's the
good.
rock.
We can't get any deeper into a hole.
There's
We
the
really
rock.
can't.
It's flipped over now.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I'll give you guys your choice of these Reddit stories. It's either an overreacting for refusing to let my wife's work husband come on our family vacation, or this one is from the Reddit stand-up comedy stream. Someone ruining your punchline.
Why can't we do both?
We can do both.
Okay, Billy, start off there, Bill.
Someone ruining your punchline. Let's start with that one. At an open mic recently, one of the other comics yelled out the punchline to one of my jokes. What's the etiquette on this sort of thing? Is this something that is common?
Yeah. You know what? It's comedy and it's an open mic. Everybody's always going to try to bust your chops. That's just part of the game. I mean, you know what? Yeah, quit crying about it on fucking Reddit and just write another tagline or work something out. I just, you know what I mean?
Depends on why they did it.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends on why they did it. Like, if they're doing it because the fucking guy keeps doing the same 5 minutes every week over and over and over and over, and they're sick of him not trying anything else, and they're busting his balls for that, you know, like, that's almost doing him a favor. So,
yeah, open mics, open game.
I don't hate that, but to heckle other comics is pretty bush. Like, that's
but once again, we're talking open mic, so you get what you pay for.
No, I get it, but like, I remember doing, like, you know, those old shows at House of Bricks and stuff back in the day, and there's this chick named Elise Jones that would always do the open mics, but her big thing was she wanted to fucking sing Tracy Chapman, "Give Me One Reason to Stay Here" karaoke afterwards. Every fucking time she would sing that song. And anyway, she would go on stage, and she was just one of those people that she wasn't a good comic, but she could go up and not shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one of those people that just she would, it didn't matter how well she was doing, she was gonna just keep talking. And
I just know that open mics bring what they are. I mean, you just got to learn to adapt to whatever the situation is.
You know, she'd be out in the crowd during your set.
Yeah.
And she'd yell some shit out like a normal crowd member at a club would.
Yeah.
And to me, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You should know better than that as a comic.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
a couple of the comments here agree with you.
You got a bunch of other comics. Someone should police her. That's all.
Like, bitching about it is one, like, going on Reddit and bitching about it's kind of a little bitch ass thing to do. But who knows how long this person's been around or whatever.
So the original poster did say, I should have mentioned that I'm pretty sure he heard me use it at another open mic.
Yeah.
And somebody did say, then I have to ask how long you've been using that joke. Is it relatively new? The reason I ask is because there's a local comic here who has been sober for 10 years. He still tells a few of the same old tired jokes from when he was using. He's been using the same punchlines for the last decade, and seriously, they aren't good. They never were. I'm getting to the point of heckling because he hasn't written anything new since. So you guys nailed it.
Touched on everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Last one.
Yeah, you should know better as a comic. You shouldn't fucking yell some shit out. But at the same time, if that's the case, it's kind of like, fuck you. At that point, you're almost trying to run them out.
Yeah.
Like, either do some different shit or get the fuck out of here. We're tired of you.
Yep. All right. Last Reddit. Am I overacting for refusing to let my wife's work husband come on our family vacation? My wife, 34, and I have been married for 8 years, 2 kids together. She recently started a new job where she's gotten really close to one of her coworkers. She calls him her work husband and says it's all jokes and office banter, nothing serious. At first, I brushed it off, but over time, she started texting him outside of work hours, laughing at his jokes constantly, and even FaceTiming him once when we were on a weekend trip with our kids. I finally told her it was getting weird, and she told me to stop being so insecure. So last week, she asked if he could come with us on our summer vacation to the lake house. She said he has no family around and could use a break. I said, absolutely not. This is our family time, and I don't want some random guy tagging along, especially someone she flirts with all day. She got mad, said I was being controlling. Her exact words were, quote, I'm not even allowed to have friends now. I told her it's not about friends, it's about boundaries. She's still mad and says I embarrassed her by making a big deal out of nothing. So am I overreacting?
No, she's a cunt.
Yeah, I that's exactly.
She's a stupid fucking cunt.
That's just
like,
weird.
Yeah,
How do you that to your 2 kids? I mean, what's your answer for the two children?
No, she's up to she knows she's doing some inappropriate shit. That's why she's overreacting to his reaction.
Maybe he should say, okay, let's do a little menage a trois kind of thing.
Yeah, she's doing. I mean, dude,
she's already done that.
Yeah, she is my fucking ex-wife to a T, dude. As soon as you question something, oh, how dare you? Oh, you fucking prick. Like, oh yeah, no, fuck her. This dude is not being unreasonable. The only way any of this is acceptable is if work husband's gay.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
even then,
and I'm still not letting him come on my
no, it's still stupid to have him tag along.
It's a family vacation. Yeah. You're with your wife and 2 kids. This is weird. I mean, I would even say it was weird if like her sister wanted to come. This is our family. Don't you understand what a family vacation is? That's weird.
Marriage is not going to last. No. She doesn't want to spend that time with just her husband is the problem.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
She doesn't enjoy her husband anymore. Sad. She wants to hang out with work husband.
Mm-hmm. He needs to maybe he bought that wrestling buddy.
Could be. Work husband needs to actually stop being a douche too.
He needs to go on them things.
Why would you even want to go on?
He needs to go on Date Des Moines.
He needs to go on Date Des Moines. Maybe that would help him out a little bit.
Maybe he could find a great big fat person.
Exactly.
Date.
Billy's gonna get Billy right as soon as we get off. He's gonna get back online, find that little wrestling buddy.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you what.
The vagina.
That wrestling buddy was more attractive than 80% of the chicks I saw in those videos.
Okay. All right.
Just saying, man. I'm sorry. I'm not like. It's not like I'm this fucking Adonis. I get it. That's not the point. Like, I'm just saying. I'm leery. Like, after I got divorced, I spent a total of maybe a month on dating sites. Like not even. It was so fucking gross. Yeah. And it's not going to work for a guy like me because, like, they have to, like, see me, meet me to like me.
At
like,
least Billy,
I'm not a swipe righter. I'm not.
You're lucky.
Nobody looks at my picture and goes, "Ooh, want me some of that."
If my wife left me, or or she died, can you imagine where I'm dating the Golden Girls? That's where my life's at. I mean, that would
actually that's younger for you. Golden Girls is younger for you, my friend. Because
they would try to hook me up. With
Golden Girls are my age.
Yeah. I'd have to hook up with 70-year-old women. Oh,
we were talking about my old man.
Would you even care by then?
No, I don't care. I don't care now.
My old man,
dude, the nursing home, they be fucking in the nursing homes.
Yo, they do too. They do. There's like a.
I know.
I take Joey Renzo on Tuesdays to Prairie Meadows during the day, and they have a Tuesday band, a country band that comes, and they have all these old people that they put on buses and bring them there. And one of the ladies that was in charge of all these old people says that the STDs in nursing homes is through the roof.
Yeah, it is everywhere. Yeah. It's a fucking and why not?
And why not? And why not?
Fuck, if I'm 80, ain't no way I'm rapping that shit.
I know
you. Care what kind of diseases I get.
I know. May you be look forward to a disease.
Tearing the couch cushions there in the lobby. He don't care.
Fucking baller. How baller of a fucking death would that be in your 80s to die of AIDS? You're like, he fucking got AIDS when he was 95.
You know what? That is true.
He's fucking too much.
Billy's right.
That's just baller way to go out, dude.
All right. We got to cut it short. I got a plane to catch in the morning.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, Vegas.
I'm going to Vegas, boys.
Text me if you got any questions about what you should be doing. I'll help you out.
All right. I know one thing I won't do. I won't pay for a hooker in advance. I know that.
That's the truth, baby.
Services rendered immediately.
Exactly.
Is what you must require.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of budget.
Speaking of which, hey, pull up the Bunny Ranch real quick.
I can't.
You don't have time?
No, right. I'm on a computer.
I'm just saying, like, even I've looked at that website, and most of those chicks aren't attractive either.
No, God,
there's some rough ass fucking biker looking bitches.
Mike Tyler, remember he tried to fix his old man up before he died.
Oh, yeah.
He
remember that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to find some chick that would just be like a cartoon to fuck if I was gonna pay. Like, she'd have to look like fucking real life, like Betty Boop or something.
Okay, this is when it's gone off the rails now. So it's time.
You know it's time when Willie's ready to end the pod.
I'm saying if I'm
we
gonna
hit
fucking,
the-
Like Betty
I'm
Boop.
usually the one that's
if I'm gonna pay for it, it better be fucking crazy.
Look
I'm
like Betty
usually the
Boop.
one that's like, okay, it's time to go. And you know we've hit a threshold when Willie's like, okay, I think we're done.
At least
Betty
sound like
Boop.
We're
Betty
done
Boop.
tonight.
Betty Boop. Oh God. Have
like
fun,
the hair.
Chris.
All right, guys.
Hairstyle.
We're out of here. Have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Stay on for a minute.
Just a mic and a dream. Now we ride this circuit, chasing that scene. Every heckle, every cheer, every silent stare. Made us sharper, made us bolder. We ain't going nowhere. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside, where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the Vegas stage to the I-80 grind, this comedy life is one of a kind.
What's up?
Oh, Willie left.